Hi, I'm Josh, and welcome to this broadcast where we're talking with three teenagers how they use social media. We're going to walk through a bunch of tactical tips that they can use to impress colleges and employers, and we're going to get to know how they're using social media at school, at home, and all around. So I'm excited to have three people on this video right now. We've got Nicole, who's also known as Barbara because she's logged in as her mom. Hi, Nicole. Welcome.
Hello, how are you doing?
Doing well. You're 16 years old. You go to Flintwich Prep, right?
I do.
That is awesome. Then next, we have Ella. Ella, you're 15 and go to La Cañada High School, right?
Yep.
Sweet. We're going to have a question for you. Amber, you're 16 and you go to La Cañada as well, right?
Yep.
Awesome. Okay, so let's do this. Let's start first with Nicole. Let's go ahead and ask you first question. And all of you can chime in. I'm going to put it on automatic. So what apps are you using these days?
Me personally, I'm using Facebook, I'm using Snapchat, Instagram, anything I'm missing? There's the three big ones. There's
Twitter.
Twitter.
Awesome. Okay, so we've got FB, Snapchat, Instagram, and then Ella says Twitter. Ella, anything else you're using?
Yik Yak, Vine. That's about it. You listed all the other ones too.
Amber, what are you using?
I'm using all the same ones as both Ella and Nicole, like combined.
Okay, are you using Yik Yak also?
Yes.
Okay, got it. Cool. All right, so what types of posts are you seeing these days at your school, no matter what the network is? Actually, let's move over to Twitter. Let's just talk about that specifically for right now, because I think it's an easy one to see a lot of posts. And it sounds like all three of you are on Twitter every other day. Is that fair enough? You're on it pretty often?
Yeah.
Okay. What kind of posts are you seeing either on Twitter or Instagram? Anything good, negative, anything in particular that I should know about?
I think there's it's a way to share a photo that's especially not Instagram to where it's very public. It's just in a way that it's a passing thing. It's not one photo a day. You can post as many as you want, which is it's the rules of social acceptability on Twitter are lower than Instagram. But I see usually pictures of people friends together or people at parties or people and how they're feeling.
And retweeting stuff about celebrities or funny pictures or something.
Yeah, definitely about saying something funny that happened to you, or just if you wanted to tell your friends something but you didn't necessarily
also
subtweet all of them at once.
Yeah, Amber, we're having a little bit of a hard time to hear you. I'm going to try and turn your volume up just a little bit, so be sure to speak loud if you can.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, so here's what I'm hearing. People are obviously more than once a day, whereas it sounds like, and nod your head if you agree with this, Instagram is a one-a-day post, one picture. If you overdo that, you're a fire hose, right? You're too much. Am I right?
I mean,
yeah, even not one a day, more once every 3 days.
Yeah, it's there's rules that you're supposed to follow in the Instagram world, but
okay, let's talk about those rules. I want to hear them. What are the rules in the Instagram world?
I mean, I don't usually follow them, but usually one post every 3 days would be good.
All right.
Yeah.
Barbara Nicole, is that about right?
yeah, I mean, I guess it all depends if you want to follow what everyone else is doing, but usually if people I hear people be oh my God, she posts every single day, it's so annoying, you hear that a lot, or wow, she posted 3 pictures of the same thing in one day,
It's interesting. I've never heard of people saying she posts every day. Amber, any tips on that?
I agree. That people definitely I don't know. They get kind of annoyed or something if you post too often, or I don't know.
or too not often. It's weird.
Yeah.
You never win.
It's hard. It sounds like it's an interesting balance. What about too many selfies? Do you get annoyed with somebody posting too much of one thing?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, on Instagram, I feel like you morely post if you kind of like did something.
Yeah.
I don't. I feel like it's more of like, yeah, I like went here or I like did this, so I should like show my like followers.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, cool. So that was the what types of posts are we seeing at school? Now, let me ask you kind of more of an adult question. This is lame, but do you think social media is a distraction from homework, school, or even concentrating on school? Uh, and if so, how is that?
I mean, I
I
think it
definitely,
depends.
I feel like it distracts you from like doing your homework or like from focusing. Like it definitely takes me longer like to do my homework or like get something done if I'm like on my phone.
I just think it like depends on like what kind of person you are. If you're like a very focused person who like desires to get work done in a quick amount of time, I think that I don't. I try not to let it distract me, and I try to like separate myself. But like sometimes it's just hard because you need to like have a break, and then that break turns from 5 minutes to like 30. And then
Any
Use it as like
tips?
a reward.
What's that, Ella?
Use it as like a reward, like when you do 5 or 10 problems or so, then you can like check one social media site or something. I don't know.
Okay, so use it as a reward. That's awesome. Any other tips for other teens that are 15 or 16 that are finding that social media is a time suck?
I just say turn your phone off when you're trying to do homework.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
It's hard to do, but it's important.
turn it off and give yourself like a time limit or give yourself like a certain like point in your homework where you know you can like take a break.
Turn your phone off. That's really good. Let me ask one. We're going to detour a little bit from one of our questions, and this is a big deal for adults and kids. Do you find that when you're going to bed that you have your phone on right before you go to bed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not allowed to have my phone out after 9:30. So I usually just use it up until then and then I go to bed.
That's probably good. How about the other two of you? Do you use your phone all the way up until you go to bed?
I like
Yeah.
use my phone to go to sleep. That's weird. Like I like lie in my bed, like before I'm about to go to bed, and just like check everything finally, and like then fall asleep. I don't know.
Yeah,
So
me
let me
too.
ask you. Let me ask you this, Ella. How about you, or Amber? How about you?
I do the same as Nicole. Like I definitely like use it to kind of go to sleep and like wind down before I like fall asleep.
Yeah, I do the same thing, and I think it's actually a huge problem for adults and kids because it affects when you're looking at a screen right before you go to bed. I don't know about you, but if I look at it for more than 20 minutes, it affects the way I sleep. I find. I don't know. So I'm actually trying to find out ways to not look at my phone to actually hide it. Um, so maybe I have to have somebody hide it at 9:30. That'd actually be really cool. All right, let's ask you the next question. So we've talked about what apps you're using, what types of posts you're seeing, what types of distractions. You gave us a couple really cool tips. Now let's move into colleges and employers. Let me talk first about you are all going to be probably either applying or thinking about your next steps for colleges or a gap year. It looks like, Nicole, you want to go to Brown or Georgetown, which is awesome, and you're 16, so you're thinking about that soon.
Yeah.
Ella, you want to go to Boston, but you're probably going to take a gap year, which I love because we're going to talk about that, how to shine online using that gap year of taking some time to either work, volunteer, or travel, which I love. And then Amber, you're not sure, but you play basketball and you want to play that up. And no matter where you want to go, you want to use that, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so let's do this. Let me ask you, what types of, with that in mind, and I'm kind of skewing your answers, what kind of posts do you think are good on social media? Give me your take on it before I go into some tips.
Well, I feel like you don't want to be posting like a lot of pictures that show you in like a bad light.
Okay.
So
Any
not
any
like
specific good examples on how we can post? So you're saying a bad light. What's a bad light?
if you're going to a party or something, like you might not necessarily be like doing anything, but just like even pictures you're tagged in or that like other people post of you, like sometimes just being there like makes you look a little differently than like you are.
Yep. Yep. Nicole or Ella?
Yeah, I agree with Amber. I think just like making sure that like you're always like you're not posting photos with like illegal substances like drugs and alcohol in the photos is always a great idea to stay away from that idea. And I think just like especially with like comments and like responding to people in terms of photos, like just keeping it like positive and not saying things that you can regret.
Yeah, my dad is pretty like on my back about social media and like looking at colleges and stuff. So my Facebook is like pretty school oriented. Like I only post pictures of like good things that I'm doing at school and like sports and activities I'm doing outside of school. So it's on my social media stuff. You can't really find anything that bad, I think.
I feel like you just like, don't want to post anything like your grandma or like someone like that you
Amber, I think we lost you. What was that again?
really don't want to like you want to post things that grandparents or like people that you want to respect you. Like you want to post stuff that they're going to be proud of.
That's very wise. Post stuff that your grandparents are going to be. That's awesome to hear that you say that. So, okay, so we've talked about what type of posts do you think are good to put on social. You said nothing with an illegal substance. Things that are school-oriented. I really like that, Ella. Your dad encourages you to do school-oriented on Facebook so that all of your accomplishments and things that you're working on. Now, let me get in and ask each one of you, have you searched for yourself online, and what did you find? So tell me, let's do one by one. Have you searched, and if so, what did you find?
I have. I'm a romantic novelist, actually. There's another Ella Quinn that's a romantic novelist. So I didn't find much about myself, but then my sister and I started a YouTube channel not too long ago, and so now I'm finding that that is one of the like first things that come up when I search up Ella Quinn.
That's awesome. Okay, YouTube channel. Ella, I really like where you're going with this. That's cool. And not the romantic novelist thing, even though that's pretty cool too. All right, Nicole or Amber, what did you find?
I've tried to search for myself online. Like I think everyone's just Googled themselves. I've never really found anything specifically. I think I found like it like sometimes links my Twitter or like it like has like really sporadic random photos of me throughout the photos.
Yeah.
Like it's really weird.
Okay, so you said random photos that are weird, right? I mean,
Yeah.
very good point. We're going to talk about that. All right, keep going.
Mine's like the same as Nicole. Just nothing really, not really that much.
Kind of random results, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So what do you think that colleges are searching for? What do you think that they want to find? And I want to hear from each one of you before I show you my theories.
I mean, I think they want to find someone that is like all around an included person in like society and like charity and like kind of all aspects of life and like that also is very book smart and like street smart and can obviously not be at parties every weekend but still like focusing on helping the community and like maintaining that good balance.
Yeah,
I like that.
even if you're not posting pictures of like parties and stuff, they probably want to find the pictures that you're tagged in of all that. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree with both of them. And just like they're looking to see like that you have a very balanced like lifestyle.
Yep. Good balance. I like that. And then they want to find pics you're tagged in. Cool. So we talked really briefly about have you searched for yourself, and how often do the three of you search for yourself? Is it just like boring? Why would I do this? I'll do it next year, or is it kind of frequently? What's that?
It's pretty rare for me. I don't think I've like searched myself very much.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, same with me.
Yeah.
I rarely do.
Okay. All right. So my last question was, do you know how to improve yourself online? I'd rather just dive in and give you some tactical tips. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get right down to it. We're gonna unleash the big guns, and here's what we're gonna do. I want to share with you my computer screen real quick and show you a few tactical tips. And I still want to hear from you. So this is still very interactive, if that's okay. And what we're going to do is look at my computer screen real fast, and I'm going to roll through a few of my slides, if you don't mind. Now, typically when I speak to kids nationwide, and you are all going to see this when I speak to your organization, can you see Hannah Montana versus Miley Cyrus?
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so I don't have to go into this very much because you all know this, but we show kids how to upset their teacher, how to upset their coach, how to be dramatic, and how to upset the cheer team and get fired. I'm going to show you just a couple real quick. Miley Cyrus being a real-life person version of Hannah Montana is, OMG, this class is so lame, I'd rather be watching TV. You guys know that posting is good. It's just more like, what are you going to put that is going to impress Harvard or Boston University or Brown or Georgetown? Or what's going to make you a better basketball person? I'm ready for the weekend, right? How to upset your coach? Well, Amber wants to play basketball. So would she say the other football team sucks, I hope they lose? Probably she'd say something like, we're up by 24 points, go team. Something a little bit more wholesome. That's what our organization's, the college that she applies for is going to want to see. Next, my boyfriend just broke up with me. I'm crying now. What a waste of my time he was. Or I'm so lucky that I have great friends to support me. But which one's a college going to want to see? It's pretty clear. The one on the right. Okay, cheer team, once again, I'm just going to roll through these quick. Our cheer team needs help on the left. They're not very good. Or on the right, I think next year I'm trying out for the cheer team because one's a part of the problem, one's a part of the solution. Okay, and then this is the last one. I'm actually going to skip over the fired one because I'm going to show you in your organization or when I speak to your group. Now, one of my biggest tips here is light, bright, and polite. Before you ever send a post, is it positive and fun? Is it smart? Think before you post. Is the college going to be impressed? And polite, you're proud of it. Are you proud of it? Are your parents going to be proud of it, and your teachers? Now, let's go down and look at how to Google yourself. I want to show you just a couple tips because that's really what I want to get into. How to manage your online reputation. Now, you guys know that when you Google yourself, you go over to Google, obviously, and you can see in the upper right, you see how my little headshot's up there? It's like, what's up, Josh? You're in Gmail. Well, let's go Google myself. So we'll type in Josh Oakes. And then up pops all this information. Well, what do you guys think? Do any of you know what this little guy is right here? I know it's a little small because we're on, but do you know what that is?
No.
Is that stuff like linked to your profile?
You got it. It's similar. It's very linked to my profile. That's exactly right. And they're kind of personalized results. So if it's linked to my profile, do you think this is an accurate rendition of me Googling myself? See, do you think this is what colleges would see?
No.
Yeah, that's exactly right. In fact, when I was running for politics a few years ago, I was Googling myself or searching for myself online, and I wasn't finding these people that were kind of cyberbullying me. So what I realized quickly is that these are bad results. They're good results about myself, but it's almost like my mom and dad are putting them in there because they're positive. It's like, oh, honey, I'm so proud of you. I'm going to put this good stuff up first. Well, what I want to show you is that colleges don't see this. So what I want you to do is, you see this, how many of you, nod your head if you use Chrome. You use Chrome? Okay, awesome. And then, Amber, do you use Firefox or Internet Explorer or Chrome? Or the other one? Chrome?
Chrome.
Okay, great. So you all use Chrome. So there's this menu button up here. What I want to do is I want you to log out so that you can see how colleges see your Google results. And they're not going to see this. They're actually going to see something else in here that you don't know about. Now, how would you do that? You could log out of Gmail. The reason that you're seeing customized results is because Chrome and Gmail talk to each other and you're logged in. So click on this big button in the upper right, and it shows you this new incognito window thing. And that's what I want you to really pay attention to. Whenever you're searching for yourself and you want to see how colleges search for you, you go to new incognito window. Why? Well, because when you go to that, you see the creepy little guy up in the upper left. He's like a little masked spy. He basically is saying, hey, you're about to run around the web, and you're going to be logged out of all of your results, all of your Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And what that means is when you go to Google, just for this one tab, it's opened a new window, and you see all my old tabs back here. I'm still logged in the back, but this one window gives me a logged out experience. And the goal of this is that when we go to Google, we see a different set of Google results. See how we're signed out for a moment? It says sign in. Well, don't sign in yet. Just type in your name. We're going to type in Josh Oakes. And notice the difference here? What? Uh-oh, there's pictures of me. Uh-oh. What do you think a college is going to look at first? They're going to go, dude, what's going on here? What is he doing here? So let's click on that first. Let's go to my image results. Notice here, here's what I want for all of you. The three of you, I want you to know that above the fold, which is this, people only scroll down to the first 5. And if they get what they want in the first 5, then they're going to click on those. If they don't, they go down to the next 5, which is the first page of Google. If they can get what they want in the first page of Google, 93% of them will never go to page 2. So I want for each one of you to figure out, and I know that Ella has a little bit of a graphic or a romance novel issue going on our first page of Google, but we're going to work on that. And maybe not on this video, but I'm going to give you some tips. So above the fold, I'm joshoak.com, my Twitter handle, my LinkedIn, my images, and my firm, my landing page of pay me lots of money, right? So that's cool, but let's click on the images. Uh-oh, what's going on here? Well, this is party mode. And look is that me dressed as a red cup, holding a red cup? Uh-oh. Well, these aren't my results, but at least you see that what that could look like. See, party people, cool, right? So if an employer or college sees this, what do you think they're going to say first? I want to hear from the three of you.
No.
They're probably not gonna want you to go to their school.
Yeah. Okay, what about this one? What about Miley Cyrus? Silly and irrelevant.
Probably not, because it doesn't look like you're doing anything with your life.
Doesn't look like you're doing anything. Great. And that's what, yep. Okay, how about this one? Who are these people? I Google Josh and I get all these people. Do you think that helps a college that's really busy that wants to offer scholarships or looking for the right person?
No.
Probably not. All right, here's my Google results. Let's use me as a good example and a bad example. This is what I call positive and relevant. It's light, bright, and polite. You've got me helping volunteer this big organization, write a big check to an organization, me on politics, the day of politics, running for holding my sign, me explaining marketing, very, very positive and relevant on TV. But then who's this guy? And who's this guy? And why is there a baby Harry Potter on my Google results? Well, here's why. Actually, I was on Pinterest, and I'm not sure if any of you use Pinterest, but a couple years ago it was getting really popular, and I thought, why not try and sign up for Pinterest and use it? And I pinned something around 2 years ago. It was Halloween time, as it was yesterday, and I ended up pinning something that was adorable to one of my boards that was hilarious things, and it was a baby dressed as Harry Potter. Well, guess what? What if that was how to make a beer bong or the ultimate martini mixture or something very different? I didn't know, but I didn't post this, and it was then all of a sudden turned into content under my name. So rule number 1, be careful what you pin or touch anywhere. On the left is me logged into Google, and if you you're logged into Gmail and you log in and you just Google yourself, you get all these fake results. Oh, Josh, you were on the radio. Well, no, that's not real. I was on the radio, but that's not what a college is going to see. And those profile results, because it links to all my things, it puts those above the fold. So right here on the right is logged out, and you see images. Have you guys ever clicked on your image results?
Yeah.
No? Okay. So if you use Firefox, those of you watching this broadcast, you can, and parents, if you use Firefox, you can click on the orange button in the upper left, and it's called New Private Window. It's the same in Firefox, Internet Explorer, and the other one, not Chrome. Chrome is incognito, and it's in the upper right. What's the other one that's Mac? Safari. Yeah. So when you click on Private Window, same thing. It won't remember the history for this window, and it logs out. It doesn't mean you can go break the law. It doesn't mean you're going to get away with everything. It just means you can see the web the way a college would see or an employer, and you can see your results more natively. All right. Now, I've got a little... we can do one of two things. I can show you a couple more little techniques, or we can go and search for each of you online. What do you think?
Can we go search?
Yeah, I can search us.
How about I give just a little technique? I've got a little secret to being found online. If we go search for you and we don't find, we get the who is this? Are you a romantic novelist? You're probably asking, Josh, how do I get found online? Well, here's a little tip. I use the same profile photo for all of my accounts. Here's what that means. If I log in and I'm starting an Instagram or something or a Twitter account, some people will just go use the most recent selfie they have in their phone at that time, but I would have 4 different accounts, 4 different selfies. What if I just use the same image across all of the accounts? And that way, if a college is Googling me, all of a sudden they see, oh, no, that can't be Josh because he uses the same image across all the profiles.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Awesome. And then I want you to ask you guys, and I don't want to get too much into the speech, but can you print out your Instagram or Twitter profile, especially if it's private, when you go into any kind of a, like, let's say Ella wants to go travel across during her gap year where she takes a year off. She wants to travel and volunteer, and she wants to get this ultimate opportunity to intern or somewhere. Can she print out her Instagram profile and show it, say, hey, I've got a great GPA, and yeah, I'm clean online and all this stuff, but I want to show you what I do on the weekends. So just a little question, and that's because Google's recording everything you do. It's a DVR, just like your parents have. It records your online social media drama across all of your channels, and it replays them for everybody. Now, I want to start helping you fix some of the Google issues that you have if you search for yourself and you only find one instance. I want you to consider setting up all of your accounts with the same name as you use in your resume. Now, my name is Josh Oakes, but my parents named me Joshua. Now, which one do you guys think I should use for my usernames? The one on the right or the one on the left?
Joshua.
Yeah, and that's a very good answer, Joshua. But actually, people are going to Google the one on the left. So if Google cares about spelling, I'm going to want to come up above the fold. I'm going to actually want to use the one that people know about, not the one that my parents know about. So if people Google Josh Oakes, even though there's a space in their Google search, I'm going to want to use this because then Google goes, well, they're searching for Josh Oakes, and this is a username Josh Oakes. Boy, it seems like this is the relevant one. So this is a little tactical tip for you if you're a romance novelist or if you just have random results. Now, what if you want to get away from the romance novelist? Let's say that person's, let's say, Ella, that person's really popular and your Google results are really kind of messed up. Well, you can use your middle initial to get away from the other results. And if you use your middle initial in the username and you start telling on your resume that you are, Ella, and then middle initial and then last name, all of a sudden your Google results are changed because people are using that middle initial. And you can also tell them, when you Google me, consider using the middle initial to get just me. Any questions there?
That's what most of my social media accounts are. It's Ella A. Quinn.
Okay, that's awesome. Okay, great. Ella A. I love that. All right, and then next, I want to encourage you just a couple little things. Where should you be? LinkedIn, you're going to think, Josh, why do I need to be on LinkedIn? All right, LinkedIn has almost zero cyberbullying, and it's a great place to start putting all of your volunteer efforts. So, Ella, when you're on your gap year, going overseas or doing whatever, great place to put some awesome stuff you're volunteering. Google Plus is owned by Google, and it gets unfair kind of treatment in above-the-fold Google results. And then next, how many of you know how to build a website? You guys know how to build a website?
Not really.
Not really?
Not really.
I can show you on this broadcast for $10 how to do that. I bought joshoakes.com, and for $10, if you con your parents out of it or have your own credit card, you can go buy a domain and change your Google results. And then most of us have a YouTube, and then all of us have a Twitter, and all of us have an Instagram. And that's where you kind of want to be, is YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. But I want to encourage you also to spend once a month to once a week on LinkedIn, Google+, and your website. What would we put on our website?
That's what I was going to ask.
What's that?
That's what I was going to ask.
All right, so Ella, you know how you're going to be overseas a lot? And I asked all of you, hey, how do you volunteer? And I'm going to give you some... Nicole said that she volunteers at battered women's shelters or homes. That's awesome. Ella says that she helps her dad with Disney volunteer program, which I think is amazing. They do a lot of cleanups. And Amber says that she does a lot of NCL, National Charity League, which I think is rad. And I tell kids all over, you three are really advanced, but you could volunteer anywhere. You could go to an animal shelter, hospital, senior home, Red Cross, Habitat, or as simple as walking a neighbor's dog with a friend. And all you need to do is take a group photo. And here's your little tip on how to impress colleges. This is going to change your online results. Take a classy group photo while you're doing this. Not a selfie. We're not looking like a celeb that we already looked at. And then say thank you to this organization for giving me this opportunity to do this activity, and thanks to their help, this is the outcome. Let me show you some examples. Thank you to Habitat for Humanity for giving my friends the chance to help build a home for this family. Right? Classy group photo, awesome. Thank you to our local hospital for giving my friends the chance to assist in the child care division this weekend. We were fortunate to work with this many kids to help them feel better. Right? Pretty easy. So anything you're doing, in fact, let's actually round this out and talk. Amber, you probably are playing basketball a lot. If you win a championship or you get some kind of MVP or there's a practice where you get to go somewhere cool, do you see how you could probably take a group photo and then all of a sudden post that somewhere? Hey, thanks for my coach for giving us the opportunity to practice on this at this awesome school or some. I mean, you don't want to sound cheesy, but you definitely want colleges to see that you're thanking an organization. Anytime you thank an organization, a school, a volunteer activity, or somebody, it's a humble way to brag. It puts more emphasis on the organization. And any college or any employer or any internship loves seeing this stuff. It's almost a secret as how good it is. Here's a senior. You know, I can roll through this really fast, but this girl on the left, she posts pictures. So proud of my BVHS Tigers. Shout out to Chance for being my favorite player, best friend. Classy. This picture could end up on the front of a newspaper the next day. Rather than a Wi-Fi, she had a power outage. Rather than kind of getting annoyed, she says, "So thankful to have a great family. I had a great day even with our power outage." Once again, picture of the family and a dog in 14 favorites. So this is like the nice complaint. Hey, we had a power outage, but here's the positive side. And then next, she's going to KU, and she got accepted, but even after she got accepted, she took another tour, and she said, now I'm going to, as an accepted student, I'm going to take a tour. Can you imagine how easily it would for her to get kind of fired if she was to do something inappropriate to that, the KU mascot? A lot of people get a letter in the mail saying, hey, we can't give you that full ride because now you did something inappropriate. So anyways, the point is she did a great job. Now we're going to move on to the next one. I'm always giving a camera to other people, and I always tell them, and this is kind of a tip, and I didn't show you my whole presentation. I'll show you this. But some people came up to me at a conference and said, hey, you're speaking at our school tomorrow, and we're at this conference today. Can we take a group photo with you? And I said, yeah, and I'll put it in my presentation. If you take the photo with your camera, send me the best one. And this is one of my tactical tips. I always volunteer my photo for group photos, but I told them, volunteer yours. You control the image. Make sure that you all look great. I'll put it in my presentation. Now, I could write, or they could write, hey, had a great time at the conference today, learned a lot of social media stuff. This is Josh Oakes, taught us some image stuff, right? And then here's me at events. Thank you for Microsoft for inviting me to host Social Media Safety Tour. Thank you to USC Kappa Alpha Theta for hiring me to teach a LinkedIn boot camp to impress employers. Thank you to UCLA Anderson for inviting me to share my message on a TED Talk. So that was a little bit pretty quick. There's one more thing I want to show you, and then I want to go look at your results here real quick. There's 4 different ways that your Google results will look like, and we'll dive into this here real quick as we Google each one of you. One, it could be party mode. And I highly doubt you 3 sit in the party mode thing. Number 2, and party mode meaning red cups. You're having a great time, or you're tagged in red cups or whatever. Number 2, silly and irrelevant, which is just kind of all about us, one person. Number 3, who is that? Other people. And then number 4, positive and relevant. That's where it's light, bright, and polite. And that's what I want you to move forward, kind of more towards. So let's do this. Do you guys want to Google yourself, or do you want to ask questions or offer some tips? What do you want to do?
Google ourselves.
You want to Google yourselves? All right. Let's see. Do you mind if I do it on my computer?
No.
All right. Ella, what's your last name?
Quinn.
Okay. Should I put A? Q-U-I-N?
Quinn.
Great. Ella A. Quinn. All right. I'm going to make this bigger so that everybody on the broadcast can see it. How's that?
Good.
Is that cool? All right. So Ella A. Quinn, here we are. Now, Ella Quinn is an author who writes spicy Regency romances with a large cast of characters. Good job, Ella.
Thanks.
And then here's her author. Now you got a little competition because if we go look at her, here's one of the problems with somebody else with your name. It's confusing. They could go look at her and be like, "What? So you have like a side business? What's going on?"
Yeah.
And this doesn't help you. See how she set up WordPress.com? So what I want to talk to you about is going to WordPress.com and setting up for $10 your own website. I don't know, but anyways, if I was logged out, you can go to WordPress.com. You can buy your own domain through WordPress.com or GoDaddy, and you can change or completely adjust your Google results by owning Ella Quinn or Ella A. Quinn. That's probably what you want to buy, is ellaaquinn.com.
Yeah.
And then you can start to own that first result. Now, let's keep looking at Seduction of Lady. Now, she's got stuff on Goodreads. Pretty good rating. Oh, 451 votes. Wow, this person's pretty popular. And then look at her pictures. Any of these for you?
Yep, the last one is me.
Okay, the last one's you. Let's just go click on them and look at them. Oh, there's baby. That's cool. Everybody loves looking at babies. All right, so I'm just kind of scrolling through these real quick and seeing what any of these yours.
Nope.
Okay. Yeah. So what I want you to do, and here's a little secret, and then we're gonna dive into looking at Nicole. I want you to flood the internet with all kinds of little technique with images that are named Ella A. Quinn volunteer. Now, what do you mean by that, Josh? So if let me go over to my server and go to Dropbox and do Josh Oakes. Watch this. This is kind of nerdy, but I've got some Josh Oakes PR marketing. So let's say you see this image of me, kind of nerdy, but I'm in front of a bunch of students. How about this? I'm in here with a bunch of students, right?
Yeah.
Now, my little trick for you is if you wanted to highlight this, hey, you volunteered to teach kids how to be safe on social media. Do you see this? The name of this file is 2014-03-005.
Yeah.
If you ever upload something to Twitter, if you upload it to any network or your personal website, I want you to change this to Josh Oakes or Ella A. Quinn. I'm going to do it for me. Josh Oakes, Kansas Speech Social Media Safety or something. And notice how my name is first.
Yeah.
It's a little tip so that Ella A. Quinn, and it says then volunteer Habitat for Humanity or whatever it is. Okay? And then all of a sudden Google sees that and goes, I need to put that image result in her images. Did that make sense?
Yeah.
It's a little tactical tip. All right, let's jump over to Nicole. Any questions there, Ella, before I jump over?
Nope.
Yeah, I want you to have that and then if people search for videos, I've got a little tactical tip for that too. I can show you some videos. We're going to come back to that. I don't want this to go too long because we've been going for a little while, but I think let's go ahead and dive over to Nicole right now. Nicole, I'm going to search for your name, okay? What's your last name?
Emmons, EMMONS.
Okay, great. Now, there's no videos. I accidentally, there we go. Let's click on the web first. I can log out. Remember, I'm doing this the wrong way. If you are searching for yourself, you should not be logged in. Remember the little incognito window up here?
Yeah.
Click on that. Let's just do it the right way. Notice how it says log into Google. Don't do that. Nicole Emmons. Let's do it. It's probably going to be the same as what I saw. Yeah. Okay, any of these pictures look like yours?
Yes.
Which one?
The last one.
Okay, so it knows you. Is this you?
No.
Directing and animating experimental film, exhibitions, puppet making, puppetry. Oh my God, you're so talented.
I.
Do you see, Nicole, how all of a sudden this could be, whoa, like somebody that's very inappropriate? And Nicole B. Emmons. So now what's your middle initial, Nicole?
A.
A as in alpha?
Yeah.
Okay, so what we could probably do is start doing, you could go buy NicoleAEmmons.com. Once again, it needs to be your name because that's what people are Googling, and you could start doing an A here. But let's keep going. Above the fold. Here's your, look, is this your LinkedIn?
I don't have a LinkedIn.
Okay, so that's one tip. Here's your tactical tip to write down. Go grab a LinkedIn, and remember how I showed you to put one awesome photo? You see this Nicole Emmons? This girl this is a great example. Look how classy that photo is. You don't have to have that photo could be the photo for all of her, for her Instagram, her Twitter, and everything, so that when a college is researching her, because you are 16, you're going to think about college next year or be applying. And so, or maybe even this year. If you have that photo, this woman gets an A for me. Because if you have that photo for all of your accounts, boom, you look great. And across the web, they can find the right Nicole Emmons. So you pick a great photo, steal your LinkedIn one once you create one. It's a good square image. And then they can find you. For instance, this one's a little hard. This Nicole Emmons, let's use her as a bad example. Sorry, she hasn't updated it, and it should be full size. Mm-hmm. And you can see it's hard to make one that's easy. So that's cool. Go create a LinkedIn. Both of you should be doing that. I think we lost Amber. I think she dropped off, or maybe had to go somewhere. And then let me give you another tip. Let's go look at your images. So none of these are you.
No.
And then let's go look at these. Are you an astronaut?
Unfortunately not yet.
That's pretty awesome if you were. But you see how I'm like confused now? I'm like, is that her traveling? Is that her mom? I don't know. Maybe she's named after her mom. Is that her? Does she have a TV star? So using the same image across all networks, you can see how quickly that's going to change things now.
Yeah.
Is that you?
The one above it is like a photo that I took.
And,
okay, now you see that? Okay, now we're talking. This is pretty cool. So that kind of, I don't know you very well, and that kind of looks like you. I would be like, who is that? Maybe that's her. It's about her age. She looks young. I don't know.
Right.
And then this is really a photo that you took. Okay, so it's on vinebox.co. All right, so once again, how do we fix this? I want you to start flooding the internet with tips. Now, Amber, are you there?
Yeah, I'm back. I don't have a camera on this computer, but I have a microphone.
Awesome. So you can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. If you have any photos of you volunteering, remember the USC one? And you see me in front of a bunch of people holding my book. And I wrote special thanks to USC Kappa Alpha Theta sorority for hiring me. Look how I named the image. Josh Oakes at USC Kappa Alpha Theta. Why did I do that? Well, the way that I'm Googled, then I want Google to see, dude, this image is about Josh Oakes. And I flood the internet. Look at this one. Josh Oakes at Social Media Breakfast. I was teaching social media to some corporations. Look at this nerdy video. Josh Oakes explains social media strategy. Right? And then I've got me dressed as, I don't know, I'm dressed as Superman. I'm not putting that on the web. Josh Oakes at Blank Space's Workspace. Right? Somebody caught me in a discussion. Now, do you think I want to post this image that's just IMG_0025? Do you think Google's going to know who that is? Heck no. It can't see the image. So what I do is I'm going to rename that Josh Oakes on the beach, Hermosa Beach, or something like that. Okay, so you get an idea, and that's something we can all do. And Nicole, your middle initial is A, so let's do a quick Google image search. Once again, same woman. She I mean this in a kind way. She kind of looks like you a little bit. She's brunette and young. So, and that's all college wants. Oh, it's brunette, young, cool. Must be her. So that's why we need to probably change that. And you can go by NicoleAEmmons.com. Once again, you go to WordPress.com. It's a very easy. WordPress.com. Create a new website for free. You could start out with Nicole A. Emmons. You probably need to not put spaces in there. But look, it wants your email. It says that I need to change and remove this. That's a good way to start. And then once you pay them $10, $18 a year, you can use that address, NicoleAEmmons.com, if that makes sense. And now for $18 a year, you own a little website that you can have for the rest of your life. Okay, now let's go ahead and let's Google Amber. Amber, we're going back to the web. We're logged down in incognito mode, so you know, because that's what I want you to do. Amber, what's your last name?
Graves.
Graves?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So, Amber Graves Facebook.
Mhm.
Are any of these you?
No.
Okay. Good to know. Do you have a Facebook?
Yes, I do.
Okay, great. While you were off, you were off the broadcast, I showed somebody that was a good example of Nicole Emmons. We searched for Nicole on Google, and we found LinkedIn. We thought, oh, we're going to find her on LinkedIn. And I'm being a college right now. I'm being either Brown or Boston University or Harvard, whatever. But you see this Nicole Emmons and how classy that photo is all of a sudden? Yeah. It's like, whoa, that's great. So I want you to do the same thing. I want you to go create a classy photo on Facebook that is your image. That even your friends could vote on it. I don't care what it is. And use that on every network. I want if this Nicole Emmons were ever to watch this, she gets an A because that photo is amazing. It's really easy to see compared to this Nicole Emmons. Look how small that is. But this one is just vivid. It's awesome. Okay, so I want you to do the same thing, and that way it pops up here. And I know these results are small in Google Broadcast, but you get the idea. This is a little seductive, right? and I have two sisters, so I'm on. You know, I'm always looking out for you three, and this one's a little too, I don't know. So once again, my job is to help you judge yourself so that you can put your best foot forward. Now, is this you?
No.
Okay, it looks like you. We're gonna go look at it.
Okay.
All right. I mean, colleges will be like, that must be her. I wonder which one it is. I don't know. Let's go look. We don't have her headshot on our application. She plays basketball. Which one looks like a basketball player? I don't know. Let's go look at her images. Getting a job at the bar would really cut down the time it takes to compute from my job to the bar, right? So look at that. It looks like she's a drinker. Okay, cool. People in a bedroom, right? So you get the point. It could get really inappropriate really fast, so we have to be careful. So we need to go create. Are you on LinkedIn?
No.
Okay. So what's your middle initial?
E.
E is in Edward. Okay. So what I want you to do is go create a LinkedIn, nice classy photo, and do Amber E. Graves, right? Okay. And that way when people Google you, all you have to say is, hey, my name is Amber E. Graves. And when you include that either in quotes or anything else, you're going to find just me. And it'll save you time. Colleges love to hear that. Hey, let me save you time. You're going to see all of my results if you do this. Amber E. Graves. Right? There's another Amber E. Graves, but I bet you could go buy amberegraves.com.
Okay.
Okay. So those are a couple tips. Let's go look at your videos real quick. And then we're going to talk about YouTube and how to be nerdy, but how to get discovered on YouTube. Ready? All right. So let's go do this, and we're going to look at me in a sec. Videos. Do you have a YouTube account?
Yes.
You're not almighty high elf, are you?
No, I use it like for school, like projects and stuff.
Okay.
Like the world history semester 2 and the cooking video, those are both like 2 of my school projects.
Oh my gosh, I love this. Let's go look at it.
Okay.
Cooking video. Did you make this?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is great. Okay. It's okay that I'm watching this, right?
Yeah, I don't really care.
It has 21 views. So let me turn the music down on this just a little bit. How adorable. So here's what I love about this. You're teaching people something. Either that or you're just showing that you can cook. Okay. Now, ingredients. So you're teaching somebody something.
Yeah, it was like for our cooking project.
Okay, I love this because it's helpful and
Mhm.
it's clean, it's light, bright, and polite. It's 5 minutes. Now, what I want you to do is I want everybody on this video to go create some YouTube videos teaching people stuff. I'll show you how I do this. It doesn't matter how nerdy it is, but watch this. By the way, your little image there, I want it to be
Uh-huh.
a close-up of you.
Okay.
Right, because look at how far away it is. It's like, oh, well, I don't know who that is. I can't see her face. So,
Uh-huh.
also, one tip. Anything that you do that you like
Uh-huh.
shows up publicly. Huge summer
Okay.
giveaway. Colleges see this. LMF, sorry for party rocking, right?
Okay.
Nicki Minaj, Trapped, right? Rihanna, where have you been?
Uh-huh.
Nicki Minaj, Justin Bieber. Oh my God, boyfriend, seriously?
Let's talk about how it was 2 years ago.
Yeah, but I don't care. I'm gonna ignore that part. And I'm just gonna see Justin Bieber boyfriend. Anyways,
Okay.
okay. Look, so if these are inappropriate and you think it's funny, and you know, YouTube is it's fun to have fun. I love that.
Uh-huh.
I go watch videos. Look, I love Katy Perry. I know it sounds nerdy, but I don't like her videos because somebody that thinks she's terrible will see that in my feed. So just keep that in mind. If it's clean, for instance, if it's one of your like do-it-yourself flower sunglasses, totally fine to like that. It's great.
Okay.
Just know that everybody can see everything that you ever do on, for the most part. They can't see what you view, but they
Uh-huh.
can see what you like, what you add to a playlist, playlist additions, uploads, and all activities. You could hide all of this, but just don't go liking stuff that's inappropriate.
Mhm.
I like the fact that you're doing this January favorites, like these things called hauls or whatever they called when you haul stuff home from your purchase or whatever that is. Once again, I'm very limited in my sister knowledge right here, but do-it-yourself flower sunglasses. This is perfect. Huge summer giveaway, totally fine. Okay, next, cooking videos. I want you to see this description down here, and you wrote the word description.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I want you to rewrite that. Hey, in this video, Amber E. Graves and then Olivia so-and-so and Megan teach you the 4 ingredients you need to do this. Here's
Uh-huh.
step 1. Step 2, put all of that in the description so it gets more views so you get discovered. And then put a link to visit amberegraves.com to learn how I'm learning how to cook and I love playing basketball.
Okay.
And what does that do? It's positive and relevant. So all of a sudden, you're talking about basketball, you're linking back to your site, you have a clear square image of your profile, easy to discover, and change the title to 3 ways to cook XYZ, meaning whatever you're teaching people, it's not a cooking video. I want you to title it How to Cook Spaghetti. 3
Okay.
ways to cook spaghetti by Amber, and then this is a little selfish, but you could just put your name here,
Uh-huh.
and then you could say, "Hey, my friends and I made this. They have a version of this on their site too, but I want to share with you because you want yours to get discovered, and then they can post this on their YouTube also.
Okay.
They're all self-serving to get discovered, and you can give them thanks. Just an idea.
Okay.
Okay. Now, Josh, why would you want to do that? Because Google owns YouTube, so anything that is the YouTube under Amber Graves, all of a sudden goes to the top. So if I type in, and I'm logged out, I think still, Amber Graves cooking video, look at this, right? Now, what if that was a little bit inappropriate? So anyways, you get the idea. I
Yeah.
want you to, now let's go be nerdy and look at me just for a sec. So Josh Oaks YouTube. And you're going to see me on a bunch of different little things, but look at, I have my username. Remember how I said use your username as your name?
Mhm.
So if each one of you, I want you to start using your middle initial if you feel it's appropriate. I am Josh Oaks because I have a weird name. Now here's my YouTube. Kind of nerdy. I actually want to take this video down, but it's like, hey, here's what I do. Okay, so I've got some uploads. Silly stuff of me riding a bike. You can't see all these because they're not all public, but created playlists. Now, here's one of my most popular videos. It has 6,000 views. How to install or replace your headlights in your Jeep Grand Cherokee. Now, one day, actually, the reason I was late on this video today is because my battery went bad because I travel so much for work that my car was sitting for 2 weeks. And somebody left my headlights on. I'm not going to say it was me. But I teach people. I learned one day, instead of paying $350 for my Jeep's headlights, I could do it for $100 if I buy them on Amazon. So I show people, these are old headlights, and I walk you through, here's the box I bought on Amazon, right? Boom, for $80, and then I spend 30 minutes, right? And what I did is I installed these new headlights that are really nice, and I did it myself, and I show other people how to do it. And all of a sudden, now you can see my new headlights, and people, 11 likes, 4 not likes. People didn't like how I did the video. But in 2 minutes and 13 seconds, I show people something helpful. Something I'm proud of my clients seeing. Thanks, Josh. I have these. I need to change them out. Cool. So, people are asking all kinds of questions. So I use that to help others. You can do the same thing. How to do whatever you can do that's helpful. Whether it's shooting a three-pointer in basketball or anything, you can go create and add something on YouTube. I got 6,000 views. Now, I'm not that popular. It's just I knew how to title this. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. Any other questions?
No.
Nicole, Ella, or Amber, any questions before we jump off my computer screen?
No.
Whoa, that was a cool technique. Let's see if we can turn off my screen share here real quick. Let's go back over to chat. Screen share. Okay. Well, this has been a long broadcast, but you three are troopers. So thank you so much for joining. Anything that we learned specifically that you guys are going to make a difference about?
Make it LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
For my YouTube videos.
Yeah, LinkedIn. You're gonna make some YouTube videos to try and help people.
Try and keep like everything, all your like profile pictures and stuff the same.
Yep, exactly. Yep. And how are you gonna name images that you upload to the web now?
With your first name and then like a where you
Description.
are.
Yeah. First name, last name, and then a description so that you get discovered doing cool, positive, relevant stuff. And then, how are we going to Google ourselves?
Without being logged in to our Google Plus accounts.
Good, good. Let me tell you what I learned from you three, because I learned a lot from you as well. So, one post every 3 days is acceptable on Instagram, and post if you did something. One post every day looks a little bit dramatic, or especially more than one post every day, which I couldn't agree more. Colleges want good balance. I heard you guys say that. That's very true. They want to find pics that you're tagged in also. Distraction, it takes longer to do homework, you said, if you're kind of doing, or you have social media around. Use it as a reward, and then turn the phone off, you said, which I loved. Cool. I learned a few things from you guys. It was really awesome. So thanks so much for being on the video.
Thank you.
All right, you guys are great. So I'll see you all very soon. Have a great day.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.